Hello, everybody. Buddy with Midland, Texas. What we're looking at here is a story from the Midland Reporter Telegram from March 6, 2012. I was ambushed and shot 5 weeks earlier, January 28, 2012. And this murder, I wondered if it had a connection to the murder attempt of my life, the premeditated murder attempt of my life. And so, as you can see here, details released in late night murder. A Midland man suspected of murder allegedly admitted to gunning down a 39-year-old man, Stephen Gowan. Okay, the Midland Police Department said the aggravated assault charge against 20-year-old Jeremiah had been upgraded. Jeremiah Aaron Brown had been upgraded to first-degree felony of murder for allegedly fatally shooting Stephen Gowan late Monday night. And I've been told that there were some Browns that lived here, didn't own this house, but lived in this house, and I wondered, if there was a connection there. I don't know. It says officers were dispatched to Noble Street, reference to gunshot victim. They arrived. They observed a witness, Joe Martin. Okay, and that's one reason I'm looking at this is Joe Martin standing in the door of a car, going buckled in the vehicle, gunshot wound to the head. Okay, they had a short conversation and Gowan got shot. Okay. Joe Martin lived in the corner house in my cul-de-sac at the time, okay, on Faircircle, okay, and so I think that's kind of important because my last video I was telling you my next door neighbor here, Tulan, had seen somebody in her house in 2014. Police were called. She talked to a burglar. They said something about her ex-husband. Okay, the police said they took fingerprints. She told me they told her it was somebody in the Martin house. He lived in that house. Okay, and so that was real important to me that hey, somebody in that neighbor was breaking the next door neighbor's house. Well, what if that they're involved in the break-ins to my house, which with one of them had attempted murder. Okay. And so, I thought that was, something that should be looked at here. Okay. Here I'm going to show you some other. I found the obituary for the murder victim, Stephen Gowan, 39 years old, passed away Midland. He's born 72 in Levelland to Charles and Pamela Martin Gowan. And that's what I was looking here. I'm going, I wonder if he was related to Joe Martin, and maybe he was related to those neighbors that lived on the corner when I was ambushed and shot with my phone lines cut, And you can see some other ones here. Charles Gowan, Odessa, mother Pam Martin of Lubbock, And so there's some Martins there, and it's just interesting, the name. And then here also found where the Midland man received a 28-year prison sentence after pleading guilty to the murder of Stephen Gowan. Okay. And so I'm also want to talk about that, that home there on the Martin home. Okay. Back in the day, that I remember hearing on my police scanner. This I didn't record it, but there should be a police record, police report on it, because I remember hearing that somebody at that home called. The mom had called, and she was bad and she told the dispatcher that the son and the grandson are sitting on the patio shooting up drugs. That's what she said. That's the home. That's the home right there, the same exact home that where it was alleged to be breaking in the next door neighbor's home. And so what if they were had been breaking my home and maybe or know something about the murders in my life, or even the 4 other murders that I were told happened here. We're trying to get to the bottom of this. I even wondered, I was told there were 4 underground homes, 3-bedroom, $1 million underground homes. One of them's obvious in the backyard. I think another one's around the corner. I don't know how many tunnels here, how many homes are connected with tunnels, and so I wondered if there's a tunnel to that next door neighbor's house, and the people from the Martin house were going over breaking that house, get the tunnel, and they could get back, into the underground home in the backyard, plus in the attic of my home. I don't know that. I'm just asking questions, Another thing that I saw at that house was I drove by there one day, and because it's a dead end cul-de-sac, I have to drive by there. And in the garage, there was like 25 bags of concrete, and then slowly they were using them somewhere in that house. I don't know what they're using them for, but I just wondered, I wonder if this is covering up, a tunnel or something, I don't know that, but I even have a picture of it. I took a picture of all them bags of concrete in that garage. And then the last story about the house, Remember, I've talked about, I have proof that my x-rays were fake. They took the x-rays of somebody that I believe was shot 11 days before me and put my name on them. Okay. They did that because he was shot with a shotgun and I hadn't been, but they were trying to say that I was. He was missing a heel bone, so they took me into surgery and cut off my heel bone. They crippled me for life on purpose, covered this failed murder. Okay. Then a nurse later told me, I know who was shot before you. 11 days. And then remember, Dr. Hinton's one said, he examined my x-rays from 117 12 to and compared them 119-12 when I'd been shot on 128-12 11 days later. That's why I believe somebody was shot 11 days for me. Well, okay, with all that story told real quickly, I was sitting in my doctor's office one day and I seen a guy in there had a splint on the same leg that I did, and I wonder if this guy was the guy that was shot, before me, 11 days before me. Anyways, I around that same time, I come around the corner coming into my cul-de-sac at that home on the corner of the Martin home, and in the front yard of the home's the same guy I seen in the doctor's office. And it was real easy to spot him because he was on crutches, just like I was at the time. It was the same guy as my doctor's office was standing in that front yard, And so now there, some that's not proof. It's just possibly some leads to run down here, that law enforcement could look at to maybe solve multiple murders. And, this Buddy Webb, Midland, Texas.